Parrott and Lopez, lights are out. The race will start at the cone on the tire at turn number 4. As off of 4, the green is out. Parrott and Lopez lead the field to green, and it's Cody Parrott that gets the initial jump. But Bobby Lopez, he's going to battle back on the top side into turn number 1. And off of 2, it will be Bobby Lopez, your leader. He'll bring Justin Asher with him. Parrott still working the bottom of the racetrack. Parrott on the inside, Asher up on the top side, but off of 4, lap number 1 will go to the 1L of Bobby Lopez. Justin Asher in the 74. He will take second, and he's going to immediately look after the 1 of Bobby Lopez. Lopez still leads off of 2. It's Lopez, Asher. Asher looks to the inside. He'll drive to the inside at a turn number 3. As off of turn number 4 this time by, your leader will be the 74 of Justin Asher. This time, Asher struggles a little bit through 1 and 2, so the lead goes back to Bobby Lopez down the back straightaway. Asher going to try to work the bottom again here in 3 and 4. As off of 4 again, they're still going to be side by side down the front straightaway at the line. It's still the 74 of Justin Asher. Those two drivers continue to battle for the lead, and this time off of turn number 2, it's a Lopez that takes it back, so they are trading the lead each corner. As Asher, he looks better in 3 and 4. Lopez, he's better in 1 and 2. Corey Myers now works in that 4th position. He gets a little bit loose as that time by give the lead to the 1L of Bobby Lopez. So the lead changes hands for a lap as Asher and Lopez, they are still side by side. They have been that way since the start of the race. Parrott runs 3rd, Myers 4th, Ainsworth in 5th. This time by, the lead will go back to the 74 of Justin Asher. The 2 up front, Bobby Lopez and Justin Asher putting on a show, as the 2 drivers have not touched but have raced door to door all race long. Cody Parrott still back there in 3rd within striking distance. He gets a little bit loose in 3 and 4. This time at the line, the lead goes back to the 1 of Bobby Lopez. Neither driver able to gain an advantage, as this time Justin Asher, he's got a better 1 and 2. He's been better in 3 and 4. This might be an opportunity for him to work to the lead. Off of turn 4 as Bobby Lopez makes a mistake. Justin Asher makes one as well, and they're still not going to give this one up. But this time, Asher, he clears for the lead at turn number 1. Although Asher doesn't go to the top side, he leaves the door open for Bobby Lopez. The 2 get together. The 2 make contact down the back straightaway. Lopez on the inside. He'll drive it into 3. He'll slide up. Asher will take the lead off of 4, as this one's 7 in the books, and now Asher's got about a 4-car length lead. Lopez now moving back into the clutches at the 15 of Cody Parrott. Settles into 2nd. Myers still runs 4th. Ainsworth 5th. Morrison and Cade, Leroy Morrison and Cade Richards, they battle for that 6th position. As that time by, Lopez, he's still battling with the 15 of Cody Parrott. Parrott working the bottom of the racetrack, unable to get that move to stick. Lopez still using that high side momentum, as Myers now closes from that 4th position up to the back bumper of Cody Parrott. At 2 to go, this time by for the 74 of Justin Asher. Asher works the middle of the racetrack. Parrott and Lopez battle there for 2nd. Myers in 3rd, Ainsworth 4th. Morrison has cleared Richards for that 6th position. Shawnee Lanning in 8th. As off of turn number 4, the white flag is out for the 74 of Justin Asher. Bobby Lopez still hanging on to that 2nd position. Parrott works to the bottom, his inside. Corey Myers, he'll use the top side. Parrott slips up, move Myers into 3rd. Myers is going to look for 2nd into turn number 3. No, he's going to think a different tune. Cody Parrott and him are going to get together, but your winner of the E-Modifieds is the 74 of Justin Asher. As contact between everyone on the front straightaway, Lopez goes spinning. As cars are everywhere on the front straightaway. Cody Parrott involved, Corey Myers involved, and Bobby Lopez involved. We're going to have to wait on scoring to figure out how this one ends up. They come to the green flag off of turn number 4. Johnson and Fuller, they'll battle into turn number 1. They are door to door. Fuller looks to take the lead. Johnson tries to keep it straight on the bottom. The battle is not decided off of turn 2, but Cadwalder is there as well. Johnson works the bottom. Fuller going to work the top side of the racetrack, this time off of turn number 4. All the drivers seem a little bit squirrely, but lap number 1 goes to Houston Johnson. Tyler Cadwalder, he's found some speed in that race car. Chad Fuller looked a little bit too loose. His 2nd now is the 69 of Tyler Cadwalder. Field works through turns 3 and 4, 3 different lines. Houston Johnson at the cushion, Cadwallader in the middle, Fuller on the bottom, and now Fuller a little bit off the pace. Something may not be quite right with that race car as he is falling back just a little bit. Looks as though that car might be under power, as it may be laying flat out there on the racetrack. As now lap number 3 in the books, it goes to the 97 of Houston Johnson. As now the 20 of Chad Fuller will pull it to the infield, so indeed problems with that 20 car. That will be the end of the race for him. We'll pull it to the infield, and the 20 will have to take home 5th tonight. Back there for 3rd, the 2H of John Hansen. He now looks to the inside of the 6 of Chris Klein. He will take that position into turn number 3. As now the 2H of Hansen a little bit loose as Tyler Cadwallader has issues. Your second place runner, he pulls to the infield. He will call it a race. So now the 6 of Chris Klein, he runs second as the 97 of Houston Johnson has this one easily in hand. This time by halfway for Houston Johnson. Chris Klein still runs second. John Hansen in third. As Houston Johnson now has almost over a straightaway lead over the 6 of Chris Klein. Klein a little bit of cosmetic damage on his left side door. He's up next to the cushion. He gets a little bit loose off of turn number 4. That allows the 2H of Hansen to close up a couple car lengths on him. And Johnson has this one easily in hand as we're going to have 3 to go this time by, as both his biggest competitors tonight, the 20 of Chad Fuller and the 69 of Tyler Cadwallader, issues on the racetrack, as now give the 97 a half a racetrack lead, as it'll be 2 to go this time by for the 97 of Houston Johnson. The 6 of Chris Klein, the 2H of John Hansen. A couple car lengths separate those two as it's still 2 to go for them. Klein slips up a little bit off of turn number 4, and Hansen, he'll bring it back within 2 car lengths into turn number 1. As off of 4, now the white flag will fly for your leader, the 97 of Houston Johnson. Johnson working the top side. That's where he's been all race long. Both your other 2 racers, Klein and Hansen, up there as well, as now they'll get the white flag as Johnson enters turn number 3. He'll work through turn number 4, and your Grand National feature winner tonight is the 97 of Houston Johnson. The battle still for second. Chris Klein has it right now. John Hansen trying to find a way on the last corner to make that move to second. He'll get a little bit loose. Chris Klein loose a little bit as well, but he'll take second, and that 6 car John Hansen will have to take third. Number 4, it's CJ Turner and Travis Cadwallader. We're back to pure stock racing at I-35 Speedway. Field works into turn number 1, and this time it will again be CJ Turner. He'll take the lead off of turn 2, but this time Travis Cadwallader will get the run down the back straightaway. As CJ Turner still leads into turn 3, Travis Cadwallader this time goes around in front of the field, and that'll bring out a caution as the 19 of Jack Turner also involved. And the yellow is back out on the race. We're going to go single file to start this race. It's Chester Kaufman that will lead the field to green. And half of your field not ready for it, so it's going to be Chester Kaufman and Bo Wells that'll lead the field into turn number 1. Ron Hill runs second as Bo Wells now looks for the lead off of turn number 2. Kaufman and Wells into the back bumper of Chester Kaufman. Kaufman up, and he's going to go over the berm in that 94 car. And he'll collect the tires over there off of turn number 4 into the wall. We'll get a lap in, but the caution will come back out.
I am counting that lap.
Houston 5th. The field rolls to turn number 4, and we're back to pure stock racing at I-35 Speedway. As Ron Hill looks to take the lead off of turn 2, he gets a little bit loose. Riley Fuller, she's going to make the move up there on the inside of the 124 of Anthony Hill. She'll try to take that 3rd position away from him into turn 4. She gets a little bit loose. Slot back to 4th. Your leader off of turn 4 is the triple nickel of Bo Wells. Wells leads, Hill 2nd. That's Ron Hill in 2nd. Anthony Hill 3rd. Riley Fuller 4th. Sean Houston in 5th. Riley Fuller still looking for that 3rd position. Ron Hill still about a half car length back. He's going to work the bottom. Bo Wells is going to work the top of the racetrack. Off of turn number 4, it's still Bo Wells out front. Is now Sean Houston. He's around in the middle of 3 and 4. He'll keep it fired, and we will stay green out on the racetrack. As now Bo Wells has a little bit of cosmetic damage rolling off the back of that car. And that's not going to slow him down as Ron Hill continues now to work the middle of the racetrack. Anthony Hill up top, Bo Wells up top as well, as we are 4 and 6 to go. Travis Cadwalder is now looking to the inside of the 17R of Riley Fuller. Fuller's working the middle, and Travis Cadwalder will take that position away from her, move that 69er to 4th. Bo Wells still out front. He continues to lead as now Anthony Hill works around the 72 of Ron Hill, move that 124 to 2nd. We're halfway in this one, 5 and 5 to go. Bo Wells now has about 8 car lengths on the 124 of Anthony Hill. Ron Hill in 3rd, Travis Cadwalder 4th, Riley Fuller 5th, Jay Barnes in 6th, Matthew Matzakevich in 7th. The 540 is Sean Houston. He's in 8th. Bo Wells continues to lead as the 124 of Anthony Hill. He got a little bit loose off of turn number 2. That allowed Ron Hill to close the door up to his back bumper. A little bit of a tap off of turn number 2 as Anthony Hill again gets loose, and Ron Hill trying to make the move, unable to, as we have 3 to go that time by for the triple nickel of Bo Wells. Wells works the top side of the racetrack, still out up about 8 car lengths on the 124 of Anthony Hill. As this time by, it'll be 2 to go for Bo Wells. He's now working lap traffic. He'll have to work to the outside of Albert Curtis. Curtis moves up. Bo Wells gives him a tap. Yeah, he wants that line. Albert Curtis will move down. He'll let Bo Wells around. Is now the 2nd through 4th place runners. They work around lap traffic. Travis Cadwalder and Ron Hill split Mallory Stifler. But it's Bo Wells, your leader, one more time around I-35 Speedway. Wells works the top side of the racetrack. Anthony Hill still 2nd, Ron Hill 3rd, Travis Cadwalder 4th, and Riley Fuller hanging on to a top 5 position. As Bo Wells will work through 3 and 4, and off of 4, your pure stock feature winner tonight is the triple nickel of Bo Wells. 2nd will be the 124 of Anthony Hill. 3rd, the 72 of Ron Hill. 4th will go to the 69er at Travis Cadwalder, and rounding out your top 5 is the 99 J of Jay Barnes, and a good run in 6th for the 17R of Riley Fuller.
Boys, the race is over.
Hey, there's debris as the people are leaving the track, going off in 3.
Impact Racing at I-35 Speedway. The field already goes 3 wide into turn number 1. It's David Miller the 3rd that goes from 5th to 3rd. Stephen Bunton, he'll split that 7 of Jason Teal. He works to the outside as Joseph Mick. He's your leader down the back straightaway. Mick takes the lead. He's going to work the middle of the racetrack. He's got John Willard behind him. David Miller and Stephen Bunton battle for that 3rd position. Give it to Miller at the line. He's got 3rd, Bunton in 4th, and Alvin Cooney runs 5th. Those 3 drivers in an extremely tight points battle, the closest one we have here at I-35 Speedway this late in the season. As Joseph Mick, not quite sure if he painted that car or got a new one, but it is fast tonight as he is now starting to pull away from the half-crazy of John Willard. Mick leads. Willard 2nd as Bunton and Miller continue to battle for 3rd. Alvin Cooney in 5th. Jason Teal 6th. Scott Beagle 7th. Toby Teal and Colby Atchison battle for that 8th position, and then is the 8P of Isaiah Penton. Joseph Mick works into turn number 1. He continues to lead the half-crazy of John Willard in 2nd, the 55 of David Miller the 3rd, and the 95 of Stephen Bunton. Bunton now takes that 3rd position away from Miller, and Alvin Cooney still runs 5th. This time by will be 4 laps in, 6 to go for Joseph Mick. He's still out front. He's got a couple car lengths over the half crazy of John Willard. Bunton in 3rd, Miller in 4th, Cooney in 5th. Off of turn number 4, it's still Joseph Mick leading. We're halfway in, 5 to go. Joseph Mick works off of turn 4. The half-crazy of John Willard still within about 2 car lengths is Stephen Bunton. He looks to have the fastest race car on the Speedway as he works through 3 and off of turn number 4. As Joseph Mick continues to hold it steady out front. He'll work off a turn number 2. Mick leads, Willard second, Bunton third, Miller fourth, and Cooney fifth. No change over the last several laps, as this time off a turn number 4, it will still be the 15 of Joseph Mick. It's been a long time since we've seen anybody other than John Willard in victory lane. He's had a stranglehold over this field, as we will have a caution out on the Speedway, and that will change the complexion of this race. That's the 8P of Isaiah Penton. Yelling at me for not saying someone's birthday that I've announced twice already. As the 15 of Joseph Mick continues to lead, he's got 2 to go. 95 of Bunton, he now runs second. Willard, that car struggling a little bit as Cooney moves into that 4th position. He's all over the back bumper of the half crazy at John Willard. Joseph Mick, he'll continue to lead us this time off of turn number 4. He'll have the white flag out. It's the 15 of Joseph Mick, but he's going to have a challenge from the 95 of Stephen Bunton. Bunton's got about a car length to make up on him as Joseph Mick. He's held it steady all race long. He'll work down the back straightaway. Toby Teal in that 7T will call it a night. As off of turn number 4, it'll be the 15 car of Joseph Mick picking up your Sport Compact feature event. Behind him, it's the 95 of Stephen Bunton, the half crazy of John Willard, the 69 of Alvin Cooney, and the 55 of David Miller III. So real quick, before we roll the B modifieds out on the racetrack, again, I-35 Speedway would like to wish Riley Cooney having a little bit of a wild stock car race. You had to watch some stuff up there, and you were a little bit opportunistic, but you made the move, and you ended up winning this race.
I'd rather be lucky than good any day. That's how you do it. So it was fun. I loved it. It was a great race. We had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of fast cars. It was a good time. I tell you, it was one of the most funs I've had all year. So.
Yeah, and you know, you were working the bottom. You were one of the only cars trying to make it work down there. Kind of had to go down there to try to find some way, and finally it looked like you got it rolling down there on the bottom.
Man, 1 and 2 was good on the bottom. You could get in good. You could get on. You did off on 2 good, but then 3 and 4 you just couldn't get it. You just couldn't get off on 4. So it was just too slick coming out. So you had to be up on the top in 3 and 4, and you could do it in 1 and 2, but then you had to really be careful going back and forth. So really tonight it was about the luck, because those guys went, the 11 car blew up right in front of me, and it was just kind of a crazy night. So better be looking good anytime.
And anyone?
Well, we got to thank everybody that helps us, obviously. And then, of course, our sponsors, Missouri Organic, Relodyne, Parker Oil. They give us all of our oil for the whole year, so we definitely appreciate that. That's a huge expense, and they definitely cover that, so we definitely want to thank them. Urban Lumber Company, Medieval Chassis, FX Shocks. It's a package. It's a team effort, and we do a heck of a job. So.
Congratulations, that's your USRA stock car feature winner tonight, the 417 of Kevin Anderson.
Thank you.
We'll now talk to Dennis Elliott, and we took a week off for some rain, but it's 2 in a row for you here. In this one, you had to deal with a lot of restarts, a lot of cautions on the racetrack. Talk about how the race worked with all those yellows.
Yeah, it was just tough because I knew I had to hit my marks every time on the restart, because he showed me his nose once, and I thought, oh man, because he got caught up beside me, and I just drove it in hard into 3 and got the pull off the top and got it back to rolling. But I knew on them last ones, if I slowed down and tractioned up, but you almost had to come clear to a stop, and then it'd launch. But it was good.
Yeah, and a lot of times here we'll see you down at the bottom, but I know over the last month you've really been working on some stuff to try to be able to move around the racetrack. Tonight we saw you in the middle, the top side. Talk about what you've done to your race car to get it to work up there.
Just the help I got with my dad, Dustin over here. Penske Shocks has been huge. Swift Springs. There's a whole lot of people to mention. Anthony Burrows, a good friend of mine that works for on a late model. I talked to him a couple nights here at Knoxville, and we visit, and he's helped me out tremendously on some things. And the list goes on and on. There's just a lot, but it really meant a lot to win tonight with this Bud Wilson Memorial deal. I mean, Bud was riding with me, I think, just because I had a tremendous amount of respect from him. And, you know, one thing I always remember is being at the carb banquet after we both won championships last year, and we had just a great time down there. And like you say, he's been missed. So thank all the fans, thank everybody at I-35 Speedway, and it's just been a fun ride, and hopefully we can continue on with what's going on.
Congratulations. That's your USRA Modified feature winner tonight, the 29 of Dennis Elliott. Work our way over to the 15 of Joseph Mick, and we've seen another face in victory lane for a long time. It's good to see a new one here. Talk about beating someone that's been tough to beat in the half-crazy John Willard tonight.
I can't talk nothing on John Willard. He's the reason I'm here. The Half-Crazy Motorsport, I want to thank them for getting me where I'm at. The Petties for helping me get into this sport. He went down earlier tonight. I know what I got to bring next week. Willard says if you want to run with the big dogs, get with them, so I have. And I appreciate everybody coming out in my first ever win. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's your Sport Compact feature winner tonight, the 15 of Joseph Mick. And we'll now work our way over to the 5 of Tommy Cordray. We've seen you a couple times here this year. This year a little bit different. Late in the race, running third, and then a big mess in front of you. What'd you have to do to get through that one?
Just miss them, barely. Quarters all smashed in. I thought, I hope the right rear tire ain't going flat. And just, I guess I got lucky tonight, but that's all I can say on that. But go ahead.
Yeah, anyone you'd like to thank to help you pick up your win tonight?
I thank my family here and everybody. Most of this my sponsor, everybody that does help me. Most of the time I do it myself. I'm glad to win it tonight, being Bud Wilson. I was just thinking of him when I was driving over here and stuff. Sometimes you don't realize how much you miss him until you usually seen him at the races. And I thought, God, I ain't seen him all year, and then glad to get the win tonight for that.
Well, congratulations. That is your ULMA late model feature winner tonight, the 5 of Tommy Cordray. Now work our way over here to the triple nickel of Bo Wells, and Bo, meaning what this night means for a lot of people, and you end up in victory lane with a tough pure stock field tonight.
It was pretty tough. CJ, I don't know what happened exactly in the start of the race, but I really looked for him to be tough to beat. He always is. He's smooth and consistent, and looked like he had a tire cut down, and with that second place start on single file, I knew I was going to have my work cut out for me. But when I got to Highline, my car was a rock change, and I don't.
And night being the Bud Wilson Memorial, talk about what it means to win this one tonight.
Oh, it's pretty special. I kept over the races by myself. The kid that helps me, he was in the field, so I had a lot of time to think about stuff. And for whatever reason, I don't know if Bud was reaching down to me or not, but I had a pretty good feeling about tonight on my way over here. So it means a lot. I mean, he was the guy that called me in the middle of the week and tell me what I was doing wrong and tell me how to restart. I don't know if you guys saw my restart, but that was a Bud Wilson restart. When I take everybody high and cut down to low, that's just something that stuck with me. And it was pretty dry slick tonight, and that's what Bud liked, so that's what I like. I mean, that kind of separates the men from boys. So.
And anyone you'd like to thank that helped you pick up your win tonight?
Yeah, Wyatt Brewer right here, Brad Russell, he's kind of my tire setup guy. He's pretty sharp. I don't really have to do anything other than drive the car. So we've really made a positive step here, and we've been backwards all summer on setup, and tonight we hit our marks. So I couldn't be any more proud and to win, especially on my Uncle Bud's Memorial Night. So it's pretty awesome feeling.
Congratulations. That's your pure stock feature winner tonight, the triple nickel, that 555 of Bo Wells. We'll now work our way over here to Justin Asher. And Justin, you've now picked up 2 E-Modified feature wins in a row. This one, you had to work for it. You were a little bit working through the field, but you got out front. Once you got there, you drove away from him.
Yeah, it was hard getting around Lopez. We ran side by side, well, it felt like forever. So it's kind of nice to get around him.
Yeah, and anyone you'd like to thank that helped you pick up your win tonight?
FMS Metals, Asher Auto Works. There's a bunch more, but I forgot. So.
Well, congratulations. That's your E-Modified winner from tonight, the 74 of Justin Asher. Now work to feature winner tonight, the 97 of Hugh. Houston, a lot of attrition in this race, but you were able to just get out front, and you went right to the top side where you like to be, and you picked up the win tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Fuller. I was a little surprised I cleared him on the bottom, to be honest. But I knew the first chance I had, I just had to get to the top and just be smooth up there and just not miss my mark. And that was about it.
And anyone would like to thank to help you pick up the win tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Bud Wilson because this is just a cool night to win on. He meant a lot to me and my brother and just my whole family, and he taught me and him just about everything we know about racing, and so we all miss him a lot. And I'd like to thank my parents, my girlfriend Cassidy, Andrew, Tony, Austin, McCarthy Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, AAA Transmissions, Shane Roche Concrete and Construction, CarStar from Metcalf, and LarryMoore.com.
Congratulations. That is your Grand National feature winner tonight, the 97 of Houston Johnson. Well, sorry for the delay, but we wanted to make sure to hear this one, Daniel. We saw you get on top of this race car when you picked up this win tonight. To start off this interview, what does this race mean to you to pick up the win tonight?
Oh, I don't. It's for Bud. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's just for Bud, you know. I told Kojak tonight, if I can win any more races, I just hope it's this one. I mean, I loved racing with Buddy. It was definitely fun, and this one's for him.
Yeah, and this race a little bit longer than normal, 22 laps tonight, and a lot of cautions. I think there were 7 cautions in this race. You had to deal with constant restarts, and every one you got a couple car lengths, and you just put together perfect laps all night long.
Yeah, I just try to stay calm as I could be. I mean, everybody knows that I get a little antsy every now and then. So, I don't know, I really think I kept my head on straight tonight and didn't really overdrive the car and just did the best we could do.
Yeah, in a race like this where you get a lot of cautions, but it's also a big one where you end up with this big trophy at the end of the night. What goes through a driver's head when you keep having to put together those perfect restarts?
Oh, just make sure I hit the same line that I was hitting, because I really never seen anybody. There a couple cautions back, I seen Haynes get under me there a little bit, but other than that, it's just slow down and hope to go fast, right?
Yeah, and then anyone you'd like to thank that helped you pick up the win tonight?
Oh man, there's so many of them. First off, I better thank my wife for always putting up with it. There's so many people to thank on this car. The biggest one would probably almost be Billy Deckman. He does so much for me in Prime Racing. My cousin Kojak, he's finally here to see a win. My brother-in-law Brian, he's always there when I need him. Yancey's Automotive, Kevin Stoa, BFD Fab Shop, 9 Rounds, Fusion Graphics, Wind Supply, Superior Dent, Flick Farms, and Arnone's Lawn Care, and Recon Auto, and Mom. There's so many of them that help me. It's just, always remember them, but they're definitely appreciated.
Well, congratulations. That is your Bud Wilson Memorial USRAB tonight, the 07 of Daniel Harris. And thanks for everyone to coming out. Wilson will be back at I-35 Speedway next